Hey Rogues! Welcome to the Rogues Gallery. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, Lord Portico. Thank you for squashing bots earlier. Mobius Tempest, welcome in. Millie Glitch, Raining Brew, Geek Outs, hello. I am Puddleglum. Hi, how are you today? I forgot to. I usually drop a note various places saying, hey, I'm live. Come and see. And I forgot some of those today, but anyway, you had plans for today, but now you're like, meh, I'd rather stay and watch this stream. Billy Glitch, that's so nice of you. I hope they weren't essential plans. But I appreciate having you here. Give me 1 second. I woke up today with a sinus headache, and I'm trying to get it under control, but also it has me moving a little slower than normal. So, whatever. You do have to skip out and take care. Oh, cat to the vet! Ooh. Hopefully hopefully your cat is doing okay. And that it's, just a checkup or something. And that vet visits aren't traumatizing. Even possible for a vet visit to not be traumatizing? Nothing emergency, just a cloudy eye. Okay. I've mentioned it before, I've had, sinus issues, basically had sinusitis and then ear infection and stuff like that. That all started on the 24th of December, and it's still not fully cleared up, so I'm being referred to an ENT, which is an otolaryngologist, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor, to, address the situation. One of the persistent symptoms has been a persistent scintillating scotoma, which, if you aren't familiar, a scintillating scotoma is a period of occluded vision, or a portion of occluded vision that sort of shimmers and shifts. So normally that is something that lasts for about 20 to 30 minutes and precedes a migraine headache. It'll start off as this shimmery bit that expands to encompass your main vision, so you just have peripheral, and then the headache will actually hit and the vision will clear. I'm on day 15 of this persistent scintillation, which is definitely sinus related, and one of my triggers for migraine stuff is weather fronts, and the weather has been rather unstable the last couple of weeks. So hopefully if I go and see the ENT, they will actually do something or be able to help in some way. My sinuses seem to have mostly cleared, but I still have some variable pressure in my ears that is just not equalizing properly, and it's a chronic condition for me, chronic eustachian tube dysfunction, which leads to the ear infections that I get regularly. And the ENT, last time I went and saw them, said, there's nothing wrong with you, you shouldn't even be on allergy medicine, get out of my office. So I don't have high hopes. Because whenever I go to the doctor with a complaint, it takes so long to get in to see them that the symptoms have resolved by the time I get there, and they tell me there's nothing wrong and to go away. And then I either live with a problem that they don't believe I have, or it gets worse. And then they finally treat me. And that's the American healthcare system. I pay lots of money to go in and have them tell me that there's nothing wrong with me and to get out of their sight. And I go home with symptoms unresolved. Anyway. Yes, ear, nose, and throat. Initiates torpedo pre-fuel sequence by adding EZO beans to the primary fuel intermix chamber. Yeah, American healthcare. You pay lots of money to go and see somebody who doesn't believe that you have the symptoms that you have, or attributes them all to your being overweight. Although the attributes them all to your being overweight is more common with female patients or female presenting patients than with male patients. So basically, anytime a woman goes to a doctor in the US and says, I'm experiencing these symptoms, the doctor says, lose some weight. Not as yet, Portico, but I wouldn't be surprised. You've had that even at the ER. You're sick of going in and getting $1,000 plus bills for being told you're dehydrated and anemic. Yeah. I fell on my finger while I was helping my dad move out of the house that I grew up in. I fell on it and like landed all of my weight on my middle finger on my right hand. And it was in pain, and the pain persisted for more than a week. And so I finally went into the doctor. I've broken digits before. I knew it wasn't broken, but it's twisted on on one of the knuckles, like, so on this knuckle here, the finger is twisted. It used to be like normally aligned, and now it's twisted slightly to the right at that knuckle. And it has been since I was like 20 years old, because I went to the doctor and I said, my finger has twisted and I have pain. And they said, put a splint on it. There's nothing wrong with it. We can't find anything wrong. We'll charge you lots of money for having told you there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, I'm looking at my finger. I know what it looked like before the fall, and I know what it looks like now, and it's shifted. And they told me nothing was wrong, and it, to this day, is still shifted to the right. And not aligned properly the way that it was before the fall. But they told me nothing was wrong, and and that I just needed to put a splint in it until the pain went away. Splint on it until the pain went away. I got shot. Have you tried losing weight? Yeah, Mobius, that's about how it goes. Finger shaped like Z. Nothing wrong. That'll be $5,000, please. Yeah, this is how things are here in this place where they claim we have the best healthcare system in the world. We don't. Because healthcare here is not about making you better. Healthcare here is about them making a profit. Anyway, that is not exactly how I had intended to start this this stream today, but thank you for listening to me rant slightly about the frustration and my feeling of like, I'm sort of sad that my symptoms are resolving, because if all of my sinus like stuff goes away before I see the ENT, they're going to tell me nothing's wrong and I'm going to pay them for it. Anyway. Oh yeah, even defunded, your system would be better than ours. I wish I was in Canada. They have a better healthcare system. But we have the machine that goes ping, and the most expensive machine in the whole hospital. It's, yeah. I don't have a button. I was gonna... Well, I can click. As someone who deals with the medical system regularly, it's designed to kill the most... Exactly. There was literally... I don't think it was last week. It might have been the week before, where somebody in, I think it was the CDC, made headlines for saying that the fact that Omicron is really only killing the most vulnerable was a positive sign. And I'm like, the fact that the Omicron variant is only killing disabled people you see as a positive sign? That is not a positive sign. That is a vulnerable population that is being killed by a deadly virus because everybody's pretending the frickin' pandemic is over. Oh yes, you can definitely share some completely unrelated good news. Canada's healthcare system. Your Canadian grandpa had a stroke and it took months to get a result from a CAT scan. Oh, gee. I don't understand why education and the health of people are not the top priorities. They should be, rather than making a profit from absolutely every aspect of a person's life. That should not be the priority. Your foster cat of 6 months that you rescued from a really shitty outdoor barn has been adopted. That's awesome. I'm very happy for your kitty. Yeah, the CDC has always been that. I'm gonna gently try and steer us away from this topic because I don't want to rant about the American healthcare system forever. But I did want to update and say my sinuses are doing better, but I do still have the scintillation in my left field of vision, and I woke up with a headache, so I have taken some headache medication. That was all I wanted to say. Anyway, congratulations to the new servant. I did want to just mention this. This happened last night. This is my my Aasimar Cleric of Death Surfer Himbo character from my Icewind Dale campaign. He is officially dead. We are level 4. Nobody has the ability to bring him back. So he dead. Plus, he had expressly mentioned to the party multiple times that he did not want to be brought back if he died because he was a cleric of death and did not believe in bringing people back. So he's dead. Do not resuscitate, indeed. So this happened last night. We had a group of 5 of us, 5 level 4 characters. He also refused to resurrect anybody else, but, you know, that's the thing. Group of level 5 characters who went up against a single ice troll. And at one point, 4 of the 5 of us were on the ground. I went down, and my first death save, I rolled a 2. And then the ice troll did their ability where they radiate cold, and I was laying right next to him, so I failed a death save from that. And then it was my turn, and I rolled a 3. And that was my 3rd failed death save, and nobody in the party knew that I was dead until, another turn and a half later, one of them came over and tried to shove a goodberry in my mouth, and I was like, it has no effect. Because we have the death saves on hidden rolls, so nobody knows how close to death you are. They did have fire, but yeah, eventually they killed it. Elixir. Oh my gosh, the cold damage. Every single round, the GM was rolling massive damage on the cold radiation from this ice troll. We're using Foundry, and like the first round it was like 15 points of cold damage, the second round was 15, the third round was 16, and he was just rolling really high on those damage rolls, and it sucked. Yes, this was Elixir's character died earlier. Yeah, the hidden death saves was it's one of the house rules for this campaign. This was a random encounter, geekouts. Random encounter during a blizzard, yeah. You failed to feed the corpse of Barry. So I don't have a backstory yet, but I have created my new character for the campaign. Elixir, you're going to get a little bit of a preview. So, new character is Glimmerwing. Which I think I can get a, one second. There. This is my new character that will be joining the campaign in 2 weeks when we play again. I have not decided yet for sure that it's going to be dual wield. I've never played I played a fighter for a very short time in a previous campaign. Yeah, that's a Hero Forge. So Hero Forge helps me to visualize my characters. I use Hero Forge a lot. Uh, we knew. So we're playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, and it's got semi-gritty realism as our thing. We're keeping track of rations. We're having to deal with the cold. We're doing a lot of things that we normally don't pay attention to. Like, if you're using bow and arrow, you have to keep track of the number of arrows that you have, that type of stuff. Where we don't normally go into that level of detail for our campaigns, but for this one we wanted to. So, so it is a pan flute, although because they didn't have bird pipes. That's why I have a pan flute on him. I don't even actually. I chose bird pipes. Yeah, so pan flute and bird pipes are really similar. So I just used the bird pipes to represent. Oh, the flutes is a bit of an in-joke in your game? Or in our game? Oh, the bone flute. Yes. Yeah, the bone flute. Anyway, this is Glimmerwing. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be dual-wield or if I'm trying to decide, because I have very little experience with fighters. My last fighter was an Eldritch Knight who, I may have a picture. Let me see if I have a picture. That would have been character. This was my last fighter character. She was a living doll, and she used so her main weapons. She had a sword that was basically a needle, and then she had she had essentially two daggers that were two halves of a large pair of shears. So yeah, that was Pippa. But she was an Eldritch Knight, and just she didn't fit with the way the rest of the party was playing. Me and one other character, like two of us were gung-ho, like aggressive fighter types, and everybody else was more like, let's play politics. And so they just didn't really fit with the party. So they both ended up retiring out of the party for various reasons. Yeah, heterochromia, but I mean, she was a doll first, and then was inhabited by a spirit. So she was just a doll that had different colored eyes. Also, this was a Fiverr commission that I did, and this artist did an amazing job. But yeah, so Glimmerwing, I threw together last night, will be the most intelligent character in our party, with an intelligence score of 15. But so I have Glimmerwing as a fighter. I'm not certain, as I said, about the type of fighter, the fighting style. Currently, I have two weapon fighting selected. I may actually go archery. I'm not sure. That I'm still trying to decide. But the martial archetype I chose is Rune Knight. And one of the grand things about that, so race I chose Fairy, which is one of the new playable races that came in The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So my size is small. but the Rune Knight gives me Giant's Might. As a bonus action, you magically gain the following benefits, which last for 1 minute. If you are smaller than large, you become large, along with anything you are wearing. If you lack the room to become large, your size doesn't change. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and once on each of your turns, one of your attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can deal an extra 1d6 damage to a target on a hit. So, this fairy character with Lunamoth wings that is small, like hobbit-sized. As a bonus action, I can grow to large. So, really big, and I can fly, which just seems super fun, which is kind of why I'm wanting to go melee, but I can't decide on fighting style. So dual wield, or possibly great weapon fighter, or possibly like the archery one. I don't know. Hopefully the rest of the party has perception covered. Yeah, I think they're better at perception than I am. I'm not sure. That fairy is either really big or really close. And this is sort of an evolution of, we did a Monty Hall campaign, which basically we did a campaign where we got to play anything we wanted, and we went from level 1 to level 20 in one session. And for that campaign, this was before the fairy had been released as a class, or as a race. I played a pixie barbarian. So a really, really angry pixie that could deal massive damage in a hit. And I loved that character. Melpomene was a pretty awesome character, and so this is sort of an evolution on that. But for this campaign, we're restricted to only officially released content. So the fairy is out, and so I'm doing a fairy fighter using Rune Knight rather than going barbarian, but it's sort of that same thing where I had so much fun playing my pixie barbarian. Hi, Silica. But yeah, you go level 1 to level 20 in a single session, and just all out chaos. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't think I have a picture of Melpomene anywhere, but oh, maybe I do. I think that's going to be the. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, I have notes on Melpomene, but I don't think I have it. Anyway, I may have that character in D&D Beyond still. No, that's me creating a new one where I was experimenting. So this was... I was just playing around with stuff, looking at stuff, and so, like, looking at a fairy, Rune Knight 3 levels, Barbarian 3 levels, which may ultimately be where I end up taking Glimmerwing. But this was just me experimenting with things, trying to build a character. So, anyway, it'll be interesting. I don't really know how to play a fighter. I still have to build the backstory. I still have to come up with a dark secret. I still have to we have to come up with 5 rumors about our character that the others might have heard. For this character, I took as the background, I took entertainer. So part of the backstory, this character will have been in the 10 Towns for a while and has, like, basically been started off in the 10 Towns as an entertainer, as, like, yeah, I still have to write the backstory, but that's kind of the way that I'm going. The reason I have 44 hit points at level 4 is because I took Tough as a feat, which means bonus hit points. Anyway, I just thought I would share. My character died, so I'm building a new character, which I enjoy building new characters. So anyway, reasonable reaction to death, yeah. And I will let you know what happens in future. We play again 2 weeks from yesterday. So not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after is when we play again, and so I have until then to build a backstory for Glimmerwing. But yeah, we're gonna do some Mass Effect. Let me go ahead and close out of these things and actually move over to the game that we have been playing since the top of stream today, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Click the buttons. Side quest! Yes, we were side questing. So, what's really, really funny about how this D&D campaign has progressed so far is Elixir's character and my character. We set them up to have known each other since before the campaign started, because in the past our characters have been antagonistic towards one another. So they knew each other, they were basically friends, etc. And so then Elixir's character died. And Elixir's... yeah, they're both dead now. So Elixir's character died, and her secret had something to do with this brass marble she was carrying. So my character recovered that from her body and carried it with him. We, a session or two ago, discovered that it is actually a soul jar. And now my character has died while carrying the brass marble. And so after that, like last night, I was like, nobody take the soul jar. It's killing us off one by one. And I am now going to just start calling our party the Party of Theseus, because if our party dies one at a time and is replaced one at a time, are we still going to be the same party once we've all been replaced? As far as I know, we are not in the soul jar. I think the soul jar is a Lich's phylactery, is my understanding. But we don't know why Elixir's prior character had it. We don't know what to do with it. We know nothing about it except that it is a soul jar, or rather, like, it's essentially a phylactery of some sort. That's all we know about it. And so her dark secret is continuing forward. My dark secret I got to reveal last night because it no longer has any bearing on any events that will happen, which was that we've been tracking the days as they progress, and in 28 more in-game days, my character basically would have had a chest burster pop out of him because he had a slod egg inside of him that he did not know about, and it would have taken a greater restoration spell to remove it, which none of us are high enough level to cast, and we have not located anybody that could have cast it. So in 28 in-game days, my character would have died anyway, as a slod burst from his chest, grew to large size, and attacked the rest of the party. We would not have been there by the time 28 days had passed, because to do a long rest in our campaign is 3 days. And so after various encounters, we're having to do long rests, which is 3 days. And so every time we did a long rest, I was thinking, this is not good. We're definitely going to be encountering a slod. My character is going to die. But also my character did not know he had a slod egg inside of him, and so didn't protest taking a long rest. He just occasionally had indigestion. But he also was, like, eating raw eggs and doing other stuff because he was a total jock. Yeah, a red slod. It was, I enjoyed that character. Anyway, Mass Effect. R.I.P. Frozen Frog. Okay. I don't know where we are, what we're doing. Really don't remember. We've got Arrival, which I was told to wait on. We've got, that takes us to the Citadel. We've got a main quest here from Morden. We're supposed to recruit Tali and the Justikar and the Assassin. We've got a quest for Miranda, a quest for Jacob. I remember what we were doing last. We were trying to figure out, we just did Jack's quest and thought that we should get a special ability from it, but couldn't figure out how to do it. So we just did Subject 0. We're not going to the Citadel yet. We have yet to go to the Citadel in Mass Effect 2. We could go and recruit Kasumi Goto. Nope. She is on the Citadel, so we can't do that. Jacob. 10 years ago, Jacob's father disappeared along with the Hugo Gernsback, the privately held frigate on which he served as first officer. Last week, the ship's beacon sent out a distress call reporting a crash on the planet Aea. Jacob would like to investigate. That's potential. Miranda, the prodigal. Miranda's estranged father is trying to take back her sister Oriana. Miranda needs to go to Ilium and get her sister off-world safely. That's potential. Lair of the Shadow Broker. Cerberus has delivered information on purchases the Shadow Broker has made recently. It may provide the information Liara Tassoni needs to track down the Shadow Broker's location. Recruiting Thane Krios, which does not appear to be on the Citadel, so that's a possibility. Recruiting Justikar Samara, also not on the Citadel, so possible. Recruiting Tali, also not on the Citadel, so that's possible. And then Morden has learned that the Blood Pack mercenaries have captured Malon, his former protege, and are holding him on Tachanka. Malon helped Morden work on the Genophage project, so his capture raises possible security concerns. You think that there are 3 missions on Ilium. I'm thinking that we target Tali because Tali was one of our party members that we took on basically every mission in Mass Effect 1. So she was there while we, got to know Kaidan in the first place. And so maybe if we get her on our side, Kaidan will be more inclined to realize that we're not completely under Cerberus's thumb. Exactly! Tali might know how to make Kaidan happy with us. Good logic. No flaws. So, where do we need to go for this? Haestrom in the Geth-controlled Dolan system. But I don't know where the Dolan system is. Yeah, Tali was suspicious of us earlier, so practice for convincing people. Dolan. Alright, that is what we're going to do. We're going to try and find Tali to help us to get Kaidan to like us again. Everything here should be fully explored. 100%. 100%. let's just go ahead and back up on that fuel while we're here, and then head over to the mass relay. The mass relay. Well, mass relay jewel. How do I find the Dolan system? Hades Nexus is only 92%. That's not well. But it's here in Far Rim that we recruit Tali. But I can't leave this. It's 92%. There's 8% we haven't done. How did we miss that? Also, I messed with like soundy stuff. Let me know if sound is okay. Everything should hopefully be slightly louder than it has in the past, but at the moment, my microphone shows me hitting in the red quite often, so if you're getting distortions or anything like that, do let me know, because I can bump that down again and address that. So in the Hecate system, it says, Sheol 0%. Everything else is 100%ed, but we've missed a system. Is the system new? Did the system suddenly appear? How did we miss this? I want to know. New systems unlock as you progress. I believe this. It appears to have one planet.
Anomaly detected.
Anomaly? Gay Hinnom. And yes, that is how I'm going to decide it is pronounced Gay Hinnom. A nearly atmosphereless, tidally locked planet orbiting a red dwarf star, Gay Hinnom was the first place human explorers discovered a dedicated Prothean burial ground. While a few sites were saved for posterity, Eldfell Ashland Mining successfully lobbied to scout the rest of the planet for Element Zero, and soon was embroiled in a scandal. Mining teams were looting grave sites, searching for Ezo and other treasures, and many got rich off the so-called cemetery business. While EAM officially brought a stop to the looting, its mining teams remain on the planet, prospecting the unclaimed territory and taking their ore to the Paymat system for refining. Travel advisory. Armed conflicts have broken out between miners and scientists staking claims to Prothean ruins. Visitors are advised to employ security while exploring unknown regions of the planet. Population 11,503. Orbital distance 0.83 AU. Orbital period 0.8 Earth years. Radius 2,379 kilometers. Day length 0.8 Earth years. Atmospheric pressure trace. Surface temperature 35 Celsius. Habitable zone. 108 Celsius or minus 120 Celsius uninhabitable. Surface gravity 0.1 G. There's an anomaly.
Launching probe.
But I'm gonna launch mining probes as we go. There was mention of Ezo.
Launching probe.
Give me that good Ezo. I love that the scanner spikes are weird when there's an anomaly detected. Because they don't want you doing what I'm doing right now. They want you to look for the anomaly first. Ezo!
Probe away. Probe launched. Something on our sensors.
Sure, it could be an urgent distress signal, but we must construct additional pylons. Oh man, I really am so freaking mad at Activision Blizzard because they made such great games that I can't touch because they're shitty people. Sorry. I really hope that Microsoft ultimately cleans house with the administration there, and that we hear from the workers that conditions improve at Activision Blizzard, because I would very much like to play some frickin' StarCraft. Like, I want to play... There's a whole version of StarCraft where everything was turned into freaking cartoons, and it looks adorable, and I've wanted to play it since the second week I started streaming. And I never got around to it, and then all of the news came out about how shitty things were at Activision Blizzard, and so I can't play their games until I know that things have improved there. But I want to play the freaking cartoon StarCraft! Don't go unprepared. Remember that F5 is your quick save option. Save early, save often. Also, please ensure that all armor settings and weapon selections are in the upgraded and locked position before we light it up. Thank you, Lord Portico. Anomaly detected. Surface scans show evidence of a shipwreck meeting quarry and design specifications. Identity of the ship unknown. Number of life signs detected in vicinity uncertain. Local wildlife may interfere with accuracy of biological scan. Well, I think we're gonna land. We did not have a side quest telling us to come here. We just sorta came. Yes, we were thinking about Caden, and we sorta came. Alright. To those points for now. Valerian scientist. Options are Solarian genius. Morden's technical breakthroughs further increase the strength of his shields. Idea: Chep's level up for Jack power. Oh, I will do that. Health, 25%, weapon damage, 8%, shields, 25%, or Solarian Savant. So it's between weapon damage and shields. Morden's study of ballistics, physics, and shock trauma increases weapon damage. We're going Savant. I don't see it. These are the only options I have, and none of them seem to be that biotic boost that we're supposed to get from Jack. So, I do not know. Eventually we'll figure it out. Alright, Jacob. Let's give you level 4 in pull. Heavy pull, or pull field. Levitational abilities keep your targets suspended for longer. Or affects all nearby targets, suspending entire groups in the air. Yes, please. Let's just pull multiple people at once. And get them off the ground. And I think we're good with weapons. Sorry. I don't know why my speech is suddenly laden with sexual innuendo, but it is. Search for
I am
survivors.
detecting a single Quarian life sign in your location. Judging by the suit's erratic readings, the Quarian is badly injured. I am also detecting multiple native life signs near your landing site.
Uh-huh. I think we have figured out that there are multiple native life signs, and that, boy, they might be large. Ooh, pilot's log. Scout ship, Siniad. Lieutenant Forzan Vas Idena. Commence pilot's record. We managed to escape the Geth's notice thanks to some clever work in silencing Siniad's engine. But the strain on the old ship was too much. The best we can hope for is to find a friendly spot somewhere in the Sheol system. Our reports show that that isn't extremely likely. We were nervous scouting this close to the Perseus Veil, and we were right to be. At this point, I'm afraid we might never see the fleet again. With everything the Cyniad has been through, it seems like an ignoble end. The first few hours. The landing was rough, but we managed to salvage from the wreckage the things we'd need to survive. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander Gorlot didn't make it, leaving me the senior officer in charge. We've scouted the landscape and found the planet to be extremely hostile. We don't dare remove our environment suits here. We're all hoping to be rescued before there's any danger of exposure. Missing survivors. I don't know who or what is taking them, but we've now lost more than half the crew who survived the crash. We hope to build a camp here to survive until the Adena found our beacon. Something is hunting us. I have to keep the crew together as best I can. We will send out a search party when the day comes. I will find my crew, and we will do whatever it takes to return to the Adena. Maybe they're de-evolving into lizard-like species, or maybe they're evolving even more into lizard-like species. Did they pass the warp threshold, the warp 10 threshold? Maybe nothing's taking them, they're just wandering off to be lizard people together. You have Inferno ammo, and Jack's squad power is warp ammo, and you can't have... I see. I don't know how to switch those, though. Do I have to, like, undo my point spend to get rid of Inferno ammo? Because I don't care about the Inferno ammo. I have cryo ammo. Alright, there's dead dinosaurs here.
The Quarian life signs are stabilized. I recommend securing the area in preparation for shuttle extraction.
Holy frack! Frack, frack, frackidack!
Should do the trick. Yeah!
Oh, you go down pretty easy. There's gonna be a freaking lot of them. Go away! Go away! I'm gonna eat you for dinner. No! 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 I said no! 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 Stay out of my business! So many dinos! Where are you?
Not difficult, not difficult.
Get ready to fight.
Complemented targeting. Neutralized.
You do not get to eat her!
Six. One down.
Get up! The shuttle is here! Get the frack up! I don't know what I'm supposed to do. There's no more baddies coming. She seems hurt. Oh, just board the frickin' shuttle! Yes! Good kick! I don't know, Millie.
Coordinates received. Udana inbound from Echo. You've done us a great service. Expect to hear from the captain.
Mission summary. Found and extracted Quarian survivor. Notified Adena of Cyniad scout ship location. Here's... got 7,500 credits and 2,000 palladium. I agree. It seems rather odd, but Let's get the resources from this planet, because there's Ezo here. I want the Ezo. The rest of the resources I could care more about.
Probe launched.
Resources.
Probe launched.
Your lovely little resources. Where are you?
Probe away.
Does it really work as well as, like, Brent Spiner singing about life
Launching
forms?
probe.
But it is where my brain goes whenever I'm scanning.
Probe away.
Come on, it still says rich.
Probe launched.
Now it's Moderate.
Probe launched.
So, how is everybody's weekend so far?
Launching probe.
Yesterday I Ultima 5 and made surprising progress. In the game, it started with our party alive.
Probe away.
We recruited a 5th party member. We made contact with the Resistance, learned the Resistance password, and now have a mission from the Resistance. We also learned a mantra for one of the shrines and went and meditated at the shrine. And then one of our party members died at the end. So now we have one party member to resurrect again, because of course we do. But actually did fairly well for a game session. And then of course I had D&D and my character died.
Only half our fuel remains.
But in between, also I ended up just tuning in for the marathon on the Streampunks Discord of They Rode on Wolf, which is their coffee game that's been playing on the Discord. And I had already seen all the episodes, so I didn't mind missing part of it. But that was fun times. Also, if you haven't checked out the Streampunks, why haven't you checked out the Streampunks? They're amazing. Monday nights we raid into their shows that are on Twitch, but also they have a coffee, and for $10 a month you get access to coffee exclusive content that is streamed on the Discord and then made available through private YouTube videos. So they're pretty awesome. Might have missed something on the ship to fully activate Jack's power. Had some issues sleeping. So I should be exploring on the ship, Mobius, if I want to fully activate that power.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Unread messages. The Cyniad. Thank you. From Captain Yasin Mal Vas Idena. Commander Shepard, please accept my sincere appreciation for your efforts in locating the wreckage of the Cyniad. That ship has a storied history with both the migrant fleet and Cerberus, and we are pleased to know that her wreckage can be salvaged by my people. In finding and stabilizing Lieutenant Forzan, you have returned to Flotilla one of her newest and most honored heroes. Your efforts in furthering the Quarian search for a new homeworld will be remembered. Nice. It could happen to you! From Elkos Male Routing. A Drell lay in the ocean dying from Kepral's syndrome and had a dream. In his dream, the Enkindlers came to him and charted the course of his life. The Drell saw the wakes and eddies and saw that sometimes the Enkindlers swam alongside him and saw limbs raking in the water, while other times he was alone. The Drell saw that the times he was alone were the hardest times in his life. He asked the Enkindlers, why was this one abandoned? The Enkindlers answered, their light shining brightly, you were never abandoned. In those difficult times in your life, it was our bodies that bore you through the water. The Drell awoke and found his Kepral's syndrome cured. If you follow the light of the Enkindlers, it can happen to you. Where the Enkindlers go, so we shall follow. And where their light is the sun, we shall be the stars around them. Send this message to 6 beings of your acquaintance, and your greatest wish shall come true. Oh, Portico, thank you. I will do the stretchies. Ooh. I'm always surprised. It just came from mail routing, Millie Glitch. We don't know who sent it. Thank you for the stretch. I will hydrate from my N7 mug. Having caramel-colored, sugar-free soda pop today. At least until I'm done with that. Alright, posture. Yeah, it's from Elcos Mail Routing. Strong bad boxing gloves. Ooh. We were talking about burninating yesterday while fighting the troll. Yeah. I must not get distracted. I must not. But tweets are popping up on my phone, and how can I not pay attention to them? Alright. Focus. From Chorban. I hope this address still works. I promised to send you intel on the Keepers if I found anything, and this is important. See those scans you took? It turns out the Keepers are bioengineered, and based on my comparisons to some of that material from Saren's flagship Sovereign, they were engineered millions of years ago, by the same people who made Sovereign. You may not understand how important this is, but it suggests that the Citadel wasn't really made by the Protheans. It may have been made by something far older. I think we already knew this. With the Keepers as organic guardians, and what's more, based on my genetic readings, they're supposed to react to something? Some signal or something, about every 50,000 years. You can measure genetic variances. It's a bit like comparing rings on a tree to see the drought years. Whoever did this, well, around the last time this signal went off would have been around the time the Protheans disappeared. And it's scheduled to go off sometime around now. If any of the old tech still works, they could have some nasty surprises waiting for us. Just thought you'd want to know. Nobody here on the Citadel will listen to me. Torban. From Cerberus Intel. Yeah, a couple of years late there, Torban. Commander Shepard. Contacting you per elusive man's instructions. Wow, why did my brain say orders? Contacting you per elusive man's instructions. He believed you would want to know that he had ordered Subject Zero's project shut down before the riot broke out. Cerberus personnel arrived to find all guards dead, along with most of the subjects. Any surviving children were treated for injury, given mild amnesiac treatments, and delivered to Alliance facilities as survivors of slaver attacks. A few surviving doctors were forcibly retired for their role in the project. Per your report, the facility on Pragia has been destroyed. Okay. We go looking. Look. Guns and weapons locker. It's for Men in Black, yeah. It's possible. Right, Portland. Trying to figure out, like, what would make sense as something I need to do. I mean, we did just have an detail that we read.
Grunt seems very agitated. You may want to check in on him.
Okay. Let us go to deck 3 first. I just need to be 80s action hero. Maybe in the restroom. Is there anything to do in here? No. We'll go everywhere, we'll talk to everything.
Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship.
We're so gender binary. I don't understand. Hello? Hello? Do you have things to say? Please do the talking. I can't form sentences properly today. I apologize. Stumbling over, like, words? Hello, Dr. Chocolate.
How may I help you, Commander?
Thought for a second we were going to get new information from Dr. Chocolate.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
But sadly,
Commander.
no. Just blame the headache medicine. It's not really the headache medicine though. It's just the way that my brain works. I often,
The commander has put together an impressive team. I've never worked with so many aliens before.
They're a small army. We might just pull this mission off.
I often just, my brain goes faster than my mouth can keep up, and so then I start stumbling over what I'm saying.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
It's just a convenient alibi.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
I mean, if I wasn't insistent that I'm going to romance Caden, I wouldn't mind romancing Garrus. Garrus seems nice.
If we have time, I'd like to go to Ilium and relocate my sister's family.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Can you tell me more about relocating your sister?
My father is after my sister. I've kept her hidden for years, but his agents have tracked her to Ilium. I need to help her. You remember what I told you about father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
We've
So
already
you think
seen
your
all
father
this
has tracked her
dialogue.
down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure none of his agents get too close.
Just want to fix her hair.
My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in the lounge near the Nos Astra
Her
docking
hair
bay.
is just wrong. Does anybody else see that her hair is wrong? It's too high. It's wrong. Why is her hair wrong? Like, I get that it's combed over to the one side, but like it's higher than it should be. She needs to flatten it out a little bit, or give it curls or something. It's just wrong the way that it is. One eyebrow, it's just the visor, yeah. But her hair just bothers me. Like it was drawn by somebody who doesn't know that it's wrong. It's just wrong. Sorry. Anyway, I just want to fix it. I'm like... So, if you watched the James Webb Space Telescope launch, there was one of the communicators who did an amazing job, absolutely wonderfully professional. She kind of was like the host of the broadcast and did a lot of really good like science communication. My husband's comment, though, and once he said it, it was distracting to me every time she came on the screen, was, what is up with her hair? She had it blown out or like gelled or something, and it stood out from her head in a weird way. that just looked wrong. And it was distracting from what she was actually delivering. And I was like, she's clearly a scientist first, but she was a science communicator. And I just didn't understand how they didn't have, for something as big as that had international planning and all of this, how they didn't have a stylist do her hair for her. It was distracting. That's all I, like, it was a meaningless thing that didn't really matter in the course of things. Like, whatever, that's the hair that she had, and it's fine, and it didn't look terrible. It was just distracting because it looked weird. It felt very much like an 80s hairstyle. And there was nothing wrong with it except that it was distracting from, while I was trying to pay attention to, like, the science and the amazingness of what she was communicating. I got past it, but it was there, and Miranda's hair is the same way. It's just like, it's just wrong.
Hey.
What's happening?
You got a lot of questions, don't you?
If I want to talk to you, I will.
Been thinking. We've seen a lot of shit together now, and you're always coming to talk to me.
I am not coming on to you.
You got feelings for me? Because I don't need the complication.
Then don't worry. I'm not interested.
Good.
Why does everybody
I
think
didn't
that
want
we
you
like
coming
them
around here anymore
romantically?
anyway.
You got what you want, Jack. We'll keep this business. No problem.
Yeah. No problem.
I get renegade points for not romancing Jack. What?
Hey.
I picked up a lot of resources. Can you use them to help against the collectors?
I figured
Everyone
out those
gets-
L5Xs.
yeah.
Consider yourself lucky. It's not like I keep a library of this shit around.
I should go.
Whatever.
Alright, I talked to Jack about upgrades. Maybe that means that I will unlock the thing. Let us see. Humans are complicated. Oh wait, I'm supposed to save? Is that a thing in this game? Yeah, I'll save in a second once I get upstairs. Yeah, I see. So the advanced training thing, I have tried multiple times. That's where, as I understand it, it should exist. But it kept letting me spend the money even though there was nothing new under it. I saved? Research. Warp ammo! I had to talk to her and select upgrades. And now it's there, and I can choose warp power instead of stupid assassin guy stuff. I don't know what it does, but I'm gonna use it. We figured it out, Mobius! Thank you for your assistance.
Grunt seems very agitated.
Oh, yeah.
You may want to check in on
I
him.
forgot. You told me that a second ago. We need to go talk to Grunt. Channel points for saving? I have an emote. If you want me to save, you should drop the emote in the channel. Wait, what happened? Another hydrate. Okay, I will hydrate. I have very little left. I'll finish this and then I will open another thing. I will save, yes. Eventually, I will turn back on the add a game to a wheel channel point redemption because it's a good one. The thing is that I'm just so far behind on playing all those games. It takes so long to actually play them. Pardon me, 1 second. Alright. See, I saved! I did. Going to have to set a timer on the save redeem. Otherwise, it'll be just save scum stream. Oh, Millie, I hope that everything goes well at the vet's office. Millie Glitch is practicing their roguish skills by lurking in the shadows. They may be preparing a sneak attack, which I can't think of any better way to describe a cat. Alright, let's talk to Grunt.
Chambers said you're tearing up the place. Something wrong?
Something is wrong, Shepard. I feel wrong. Tense. I just want to kill something. With my hands.
That
More so than usual. Like it's not my choice. Like I just want to... I don't know.
I think you need to release some tension.
See? Why do that? What's wrong?
Okier didn't imprint anything to help you figure this out?
I see pictures of old battles, voices of warlords, but this is a blood haze in my head. I want control. When we're moving, fighting, I focus. But here, my blood screams, my plates itch, and even you are just noise.
You're just horny.
I'm tank-born. What is this?
I think we need a Krogan.
Don't know if I can help, Grunt. Sounds like we need one of your kind to look into this.
Most off-world Krogan are warriors. Doctors don't leave the homeworld to Junka. I won't ask you to go there. I will control this.
Joker can get us to the Krogan
We're gonna
home.
go to Tuchanka
I need
anyway.
everyone at their best.
Thank you, Shepard. I don't like this. Fury is my choice, not a sickness.
Just horny. But now we have a companion quest for Grunt as well. Boy, these companion quests are stacking up. We should probably do some of them occasionally. But first, we're recruiting Tali. Grunt is in that phase of his youth. It's clear as clear. I think I'm still in that phase of my youth. I mean, I'm 42 years old and I still occasionally need Clearasil. Although more since I've had to wear a frickin' mask every day because people will not admit that the panini is still a thing. Anyway, sorry. Also, hi Snorpabos! Mass relay, that's where we're going. We got distracted from our side questing. We were gonna recruit Tali, but we saw that Hades Nexus was not 100%. For some reason, nobody liked the tourism slogan the Krogan came up with. Chonka, we put the rad in radiation. Not a bad. That's 100%, 100%, 100%, 0%. 26%? How did we leave one as 26%? We're gonna have to go to the Hourglass Nebula. Do we do that before we recruit Tali? Hailston Rift is only at 69%. I mean, that's nice. We might have to leave it that way. You get the sense that I'm rather tense today? I woke up with a sinus headache. So, begin the rage probing of planets! I think we have to go to Hailston Rift. We're supposed to be going to the far rim, but it's not finished. And then this one over here is at 26%. Can't leave them as unfinished. I mean, probing planets is definitely worth giggling. Solveig and Talava are new. Solveig. Solveig has 2 planets. No, I didn't want. Go back in there. Planets and a moon. Start with the planet. Blue and pretty. Surtur. Surtur is a small but dense desert planet close to its parent star. All but traces of its nitrogen carbon monoxide atmosphere have burned away, leaving it cooler than similar planets in other systems. Robo-mining has proved lucrative, as it has developed significant deposits of beryllium and palladium. Orbital distance 0.7 AU, orbital period 0.6 Earth years, radius 4,433 kilometers, day length 65 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature 126 Celsius, surface gravity 0.8 G. Naming a system Solveig is a bit weird. It'd be like a system named Barbara or Dorothy. I mean, I see the name Solveig and my brain goes to Marvel's Cinematic Universe,
Probe away.
and a weird scientist running around naked. But, you know, that is just because that is my basically only association with the name Solveig.
Launching probe.
Why isn't there a system named Kevin? I don't see any reason not to have a system named Kevin.
Launching probe.
Or a system named John.
Probe launched.
Actually, a system named John would be like... Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't put it past people.
Probe
There
launched.
is a freaking town in Pennsylvania named Lavatory. Which...
Launching probe.
Lavatory is an English word meaning bathroom or toilet room or whatnot. And there's a frickin' town in Pennsylvania named Lavatory.
Launching probe.
It could be Kevin, the K star, 6th planet, and moon. Yeah. Solveig is an old-fashioned but not uncommon woman's name. There, and then Selvig is a Norwegian surname. Okay, yes. And I think Selvig is the one that's actually in Marvel Cinematic Universe, but since I was unfamiliar with either of them, my brain did not parse that there was an actual difference. But thank you for the clarification, Snorpabaz. Come on, give me a freaking spike that's worth probing. I want to probe you. Let me probe you.
Probe away.
Drop down to poor. There.
Probe away.
Depleted. Depleted is better than poor, as far as that goes. Alright, there's a moon. M-O-O-N spells moon.
Anomaly detected.
Anomaly. Sinmara. Surtur's moon Sinmara has been used for many generations to monitor its parent star Solveig. It has no atmosphere to interfere with solar observational equipment, which is critical at this juncture. The star recently showed signs of erupting prematurely into a red giant. In preparation for the day when the critical warning goes out, the extranet channel from Sinmara's research station is given top priority throughout the combuis in the system. Chances of such a signal being received over the sun's magnetic interference at that time is low, but relegating it to a lower channel proved politically untenable. Colony founded 2044 CE, population 135. Largest habitat, Trundholm.
Launching probe.
Magnetic shielding failure detected.
Probe away. Something on our sensors.
Anomaly detected. Planetary scans indicate that the Sinmara colony is vulnerable to its sun's hazardous solar flares. Malfunction detected in colony's magnetic shield. Shield must be reactivated to avoid exposing colony to unstable solar activity and potential annihilation. We're side questing with side quests we didn't even know existed. Side questing across the universe. Side questing across the universe. I don't know. Activate magnetic shield. It's pretty. What do you bet we're gonna have to shoot at things in order to activate this shield? There's some fragile crates here. Commander Shepard, base maintenance person. Uh-huh. Broken generator. Ooh, some palladium. Oh, some crates. Station Central Control Terminal. Why did those pop up like that? Let us start the bypass. Don't look down, place. I'll have to look down. Circle, circle, dot, dot, dot. Oh, look at that. We're up in the air above, like, barren rockiness. It doesn't seem that far down. We've fallen forever before. Control switch, cooling unit. Field control bypass. This is definitely one of those, am I going to activate things in the proper order? Cooling unit not ready to activate. Control switch. Oh! Okay, I see. Let's activate the cooling unit. Let's activate shield control. Or bypass. Shield cannot be activated because the generator is offline. We did the cooling unit. So let's do the generator. And now we do the shield. Start bypass. Space maintenance guy. Looks over railing. Don't do it, Shepard! Shepard! You're such a child. Oh yeah, I mean, I think Shepard totally would do that. Restored magnetic shield, keeping Sinmara colony safe from catastrophic solar activity. Credit reward transferred from Sinmara colonists. 7,500. I love that we're just getting random side quests that we didn't even know existed. Alright, we are at the named Sinmara, and we are scanning for the resources, because we just fixed their colony shield, so now they have to give us everything. Doesn't matter that it was not a price agreed upon in advance, they owe us. So we're just taking all of the resources so that they have actually no reason to have a colony here at all.
Probe away. Probe launched.
See, This is why I'm angry. It took too long.
Probe away.
Hayden knew this is who we were all along. But there wasn't a mechanic like this in the first game. What did we do in the first game as far as, like, resource gathering? I can't recall.
Probe launched.
Seriously? Oh, there we go.
Probe away.
We've only got 8 probes left. Thrivaldi. The hydrogen-helium gas giant Thrivaldi's refueling stations provide helium-3 for commercial spacecraft visiting the system. It has 9 known moons and many smaller bodies in its rings. Travel advisory. Recent attacks by pirates have targeted Thrivaldi's refueling station. Authorities list the perpetrators as at large. Travel is not recommended. Orbital distance 1.5 AU, orbital period 1.8 Earth years, radius 35,957 kilometers, day length 11 Earth hours. And it's already got poor, so we don't need any probes on that planet. Which means head to Baylor, restock on probes, and then we do Talava. Enter system. Fuel depot. Buy some fuel, buy probes. And head to Talava. Talava. Good news. I remember driving off a bridge on Pharos. That was hilarious. But Mass Effect 2 has more fun environments to side quest in general. I mean, driving off a bridge. Fun time. Else the up here in Talava. Got a planet. Talava 1. Itarus. A large rock planet orbiting an F-class star, Itarus is pummeled by radiation, heavy gravity, and tectonic activity. Its crust is mostly silicates and of little value. Travel is not advised. Orbital distance 0.5 AU, orbital period 0.3 Earth years, radius 8,945 kilometers, day length 65.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature 549 Celsius, surface gravity 2.8 G. The Hammerhead is a lot of fun.
Probe away.
I mean, we had a lot of fun flipping the Mako.
Probe away.
Every chance we got. But I will say, I think the Hammerhead is a better vehicle as far as the gameplay is concerned. I like the Hammerhead quite a bit. I wish we had the Hammerhead in frickin' Andromeda.
Probe launched. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Robinson. This was here on Itarus. Don't mind me. No travel's not advised, but we're still gonna take all the resources from this planet and leave it a barren rock in space. The next planet in the Talava system is also red. Cauchus. Home to the spectacular Infinity Caldera, Cauchus is a young planet with extreme tectonic and volcanic activity. With 9 supervolcanoes that can throw out at least 1,000 cubic kilometers of dense rock equivalents each, Cauchus's activity has put its atmosphere in a state of shroud. It will likely suffer from global dimming for at least the next 10 years. Though much of the surface is no more dangerous than many other inner ring planets, This extreme tectonic activity has given Cautious a bad reputation and discouraged all resource exploitation. Means there should be resources for us to exploit. Orbital distance 1.2 AU, orbital period 1 Earth years. Radius 6,212 kilometers, day length 42.6 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature 249 Celsius, surface gravity 1 G. You actually like the Nomad, but you did lament the lack of big honkin' kaboom artillery. The Nomad isn't bad. They took exploration of a Mako-style exploration and added this sort of resource searching and exploitation bit onto the fun Mako exploration, which the least fun aspect of driving the Nomad was having to do the resource exploration. And now I see that it comes from here. And this is the least fun part of the game for me in this game. And I'm like, why did you mix something so fun with something so not fun? But whatever. Driving the Nomad was my first introduction to driving a vehicle in Mass Effect. It was also my first introduction to resource gathering in Mass Effect. And boy, did I get stuck a lot when I first got in the Nomad. The first place that you get the Nomad is not necessarily the easiest place to drive. You never used the Nomad for it. You did war table missions. I didn't even know that was an option. I went to every single frickin' resource gathering point and exhausted all of them. In the Nomad. And it was frickin' annoying, but I did it. I didn't know it was an option to not do it.
Launching probe.
We're down to 9 probes. We may have to stock up on probes before we're done with this. Mitrum. A small, hot rock with few resources, Mitrum is by the Turian Armed Forces for its maximum security prison and interrogation centers. The temperatures are high enough to prevent any escape without an environmental suit, but low enough that construction of additional buildings will not be hindered. Over 500,000 prisoners are detained on Mitrum, only a handful of which have ever managed even a temporary escape. A small supply economy and prefab habitats support the prison staff, who usually work only for 2-year tours of duty before they are rotated out to less stressful positions. Orbital distance 2.8 AU, orbital period 3.6 Earth years, radius 4,642 kilometers, atmospheric pressure, trace, surface temperature 74 Celsius, surface gravity 0.4 G. Start scanner.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Planet. So it said that it was relatively low in resources, but the scanner says it's rich.
Probe away.
I don't know why they don't match. If the description says there are no resources here, there should not be resources here. That's a quality control issue.
Probe away. Probe away.
Because it really detracts from, like, they build such good lore and the description says there shouldn't be resources. And then the reality doesn't match with the description, so it takes away from, like, the actual, like, this lore has meaning. Who are you to complain about resources? Yeah. Okay. I'm complaining about resources anyway. If the next planet is not already poor, we're gonna have to go pick up more probes.
I have detected an anomaly.
Alright, this one has an anomaly, so we're gonna go grab some more probes before we do that. Maybe the original prospectors were looking for unobtainium. And when they didn't get it, they wrote it off. Cluster-wide planetary database. Let's say cluster. Yeah. Okay, sure. Actually, I didn't have any probes left in the first place. I had to come back here. There's an anomaly in the Talava system. Lord Portico, as long as you have good database management and a good database administrator, it should totally be possible.
Anomaly
in
detected.
reality, no database has ever been implemented that has been managed well and has clean data. But theoretically, it's possible. Before I read this description and do the scanning, I need to take a quick break. So I'm going to throw up the be right back screen, and I will be back very, very shortly. Take this moment to get up, stretch, have a drink, grab a snack, and I'll be back with you shortly. Musan Squirrel. Definitely a story about a moose and a squirrel. Anyway, hi! Welcome back, everybody. I'm back. Thank you for letting me take a break. I control the stream. Don't I? Do I control the stream? Or does... Yeah. I'm gonna settle on I control the stream. Hopefully you managed to take a quick break of your own. We're gonna read about Titus and scan and find out what this anomaly is and probably land and have another side quest. Side questing across the universe! Yay, got some water. That's good. Alright, Titus. A desert of whitish potassium salts and reddish iron oxides, Titus is far enough away from its parent star to have a tolerable surface temperature. Though it has only a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide and oxygen, it is still hospitable enough for criminals in the Terminus systems to use it as a staging base. Turian patrols sometimes fly through the area looking to preempt jailbreak attempts on Matrum's prison. Travel advisory. Unregistered starships have been spotted in the vicinity of Titus. Civilian travel is not recommended. Orbital distance 4 AU. Orbital period 6.1 Earth years. Radius 6,045 kilometers. Day length 22.2 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure trace. Surface temperature -1 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.9 G. I control the horizontal and also the vertical. No, where to go? No, I don't. I do appreciate all that you have done since I gave you a sword, Portico.
Probe launched.
It was a moose, but the llamas have hidden the special gear. I mean...
Probe away.
Llamas are good at technical things. They produce entire meat.
Probe launched.
One of my favorite bits of Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the credits at the end, where everything is a llama. You understood the reference! Congratulations on understanding a reference.
Probe away.
I'm curious as to whether it's even possible to deplete the resources on a planet before scanning the anomaly.
Welcome to it. Repeat, there's a piece of crap.
Probe launched.
Welcome to it. Repeat, there's a piece of crap back on this planet's surface. If you think you can get it to work, you're freaking welcome to it.
There's a piece of crap crashed on the planet's surface. If you can get it to work, you're welcome to it.
Welcome to it. Repeat, there's a piece of
Probe away.
crap back on this planet's surface. Welcome to it. Repeat, there's a piece of crap back on this
Probe away.
planet's surface. If you think you can get it to work, you're freaking welcome to it. Welcome to it. Repeat.
I just want to drop this down to 4.
Probe away.
Repeat, there's a piece of crap back on this planet's surface. If you think you can get it to work, you're freaking welcome to it.
Launching
Welcome to
probe.
it.
I have found something.
And if the Holy Grail is a literal cop-out. Anomaly detected. Surface scans detect one Ymir heavy mech signature matching an unknown, possibly pirate, registration. Mech appears to be disabled but broadcasting a looping message. Message does not appear to be a distress signal. Resource scans indicate large quantities of mineral resources available but obscured behind walls of dense stone. Land! Time for side quest! Time for side quest! Let's see, who should we ought to take for a silly side quest? Brunt needs to hit something. And we'll take Jacob with him. Confirm squad selection. Warp ammo! Yes, Biotic Mass Effect field keyed into this ammo increases its damage against health, armor, and barriers. Does extra health damage to targets affected by biotics. Purchase. Rank. Front will go ahead and purchase level 2 of incendiary ammo, and Jacob shouldn't have anything we can purchase. I think we are okay with the weapons. Okay, let us go. We're totally gonna have to fight this mech, aren't we?
I am detecting a large supply of resources buried deep within the canyon walls. Heavy explosives will be required to excavate them.
Good. Data pad. Read the data pad. I paid Harriet good money for this useless heap of signal error. Detected serious caches of resources here on this planet, but memory leak detected. Alright, I said, sure. The thing leaks fuel like a bolus after a mug of Rincol, but I can deal with that. I took off and laid out a trail of power cells leading from where I unloaded the mech to bad package release. Please restart. So I could at least get the thing moving, and now illegal fault detected. Won't even move! Damn that swindling Elcor! The knight who did the deed was on horseback. None of Arthur's knights have horses. Indeed. Piece of signal error. Start by task. Hi there. Yeah. Good. I don't know. Oh, I tried to jump. It's been a while since I did that in this game. Did it just shut down again? Oh, insert power cell. I guess we just follow this mech while it finds things for us? What are you shooting at now? Oh, over there, I see. Good. They were using coconuts, which may or may not have been carried by 2 African swallows on the screen. This is indeed accurate to my recollections of the movie. A movie that I cannot believe my mother introduced me to as a teenager. And yet, it. I'm just running around checking out the place before I put the power cell in the mech.
Hostiles!
They gave me something to shoot at. How nice of them. Where'd it go? I don't understand the point of this mission. I should maybe look at the journal. N7, mining the canyon. Feed power cells to the mech. So far, I have not found any resources from this mech doing its shooty bits. All I found are power cells to feed the mech. Anything? It was shooting over here, so I'm gonna look and see. Yeah, I didn't get anything this way. This is a silly side quest. Hello, insert power cell. The free loot mission, but no Hanoi towers. Yeah. Why are you walking like that? You are a silly Mac. I don't understand why this mech is behaving this way. It's behaving so sillily. I mean, it's just like sidestep, sidestep, sidestep. Hey, I don't understand. You don't make sense, mech. You don't make sense. You need some programming assistance. That seems dangerous. I don't think that Shepard is okay. Pick up the power cell. I'm gonna pick up the power cell. Everywhere I can, picking up the power cell. Right, okay. So far, no loot on this free loot mission. Got 2 more power cells to try and power up this mech that will hopefully get me something in the long run. This silly, silly, silly mech. I saw something. It's just like stepfall change, but only one direction. It's very strange. What are you doing? You are bizarre! Grab mode, activate. I mean, that is the natural progression of every single living creature in the universe, according to multiple scientific theories. Everything will eventually become a crab. Are you... What is going on? Carcinization, yes. Okay. The mech self-destructed. Did it get me anything? $5,000 platinum? I'll take it. Recovered varied cache of resources, Ymir mech unsalvaged. 125 experience, 7,500 credits, and 5,000 platinum. Silly little side quest! But I do believe we have 100%ed this place now. So we go to Baylor. Enter system. Find the fuel depot. Stock up on anything we're low on. What go to the mass relay. There was a system that we have only 26%ed, and I don't have any idea how that's even possible. Hourglass Nebula. 5,000 platinum is a fortune in D&D. That is indeed true. The Osun, 100%. There are 2 more systems here that we need to now explore. Faryar and Ploitari. However, 5,000 platinum will upgrade 1/2 of a single armor plate on the Normandy. Yeah, 5,000 platinum. Alright, Ploitari, we are heading for you. Look at the eye. It's a giant green eye in space. Ploitari. We have arrived in Ploitari. There is a star in the center. Ploitari 1, also known as Igella. Only known from scan data picked up by space probes, Igella is currently classified as a dwarf planet, a warm, barren rock. Its thin atmosphere is composed of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Significant alumina deposits in its crust make its density and gravity very low indeed. Orbital distance 0.7 AU, orbital period 0.6 Earth years, radius 1,511 kilometers. Day length 19.3 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.03 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 125 Celsius, surface gravity 0.1 G. Everything's rich. What me spending all of my time doing? Illumina. Multiple Illumina.
Probe launched.
That is how I read that as well, Puddle.
Probe away.
I'm just scanning for the resources that are on the planet here. We gotta strip the planets bare, or else we won't win the game. Isn't that how the game is played? I don't know. I don't know why my brain went to that song. I don't know. This is just what happens.
Probe launched.
When my brain does things. Why I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy is the song that went with those words. I just don't have any idea.
Probe away.
Grand. Now we're down to moderate.
Probe away.
Let us get the resources.
Launching probe.
We have to prove to Kaden that we're capable of supplying resources. Otherwise, why would he have any interest in us?
Anomaly detected.
Xanathu. Not Xanadu, Xanathu. Clang, clang, clang goes the Miko. Ding, ding, ding goes the grunt. Yankee Doodle went to space strip mining the planets. Yes. Believed to be a post-garden world, Xanathu has large deposits of calcium carbonate in its sedimentary rocks, indicating it may have once had plate tectonics and even plant life. Its swirling clouds of dust and snow may have occurred more recently and blocked the sun, creating a mass extinction event. Its surface gravity is comfortable and its temperature tolerable by most sapient species. Orbital distance 1.9 AU, orbital period 2.6 Earth years, radius 6,619 kilometers, day length 53.6 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.38 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature -6 Celsius, and surface gravity 1.2 G.
Probe away.
The distress signal. Xanathu.
User
My brain is not giving me Xanadu because my brain is giving me Xanadon't instead, and so I get what you're going for, but my brain is just not there with you. I'm sorry.
Probe launched.
Because my brain actually went to ABBA when trying to do Xanadu, which I know there's an Olivia Newton-John, but my brain went ABBA. And my brain took the word Xanathu, mixed it with Xanadu, and went Waterloo by ABBA. So, you know, it's all muddled in there.
Probe launched.
Xanathu couldn't escape if I wanted to.
Probe launched.
Finding face in my Xanathu. I don't remember the music from Xanadu. I remember the music from Xanadon't.
Probe launched.
General distress. User unregistered or record damaged. Nature of incident is not recorded. Assistance is requested. General distress.
Probe launched.
A place where nobody wants to
Scans
go.
have found
The
something.
mining depletes it. So, they called it Xanathu. Oh, gesture for coffee, thank you. Alliance hotspot detected. Alliance sources request that all ships keep watch for signs of the missing freighter MSV Estevancio. Lost 1 year ago in this sector. Any data recovered that sheds light on the Estevancio's fate will be rewarded. Surface scans indicate the presence of a large shipwreck. Signature bears similarities to that of the Alliance merchant freighter MSV Estevancio. Structural integrity is critical. Life support is damaged but capable of sustaining a skeleton crew. Recommend extreme caution. Side questing across the universe. Alright, let us board the Estevancio. It's pretty. We don't start with our gun out?
It is likely that searching the wreckage would provide information about the Estevanico's final hours.
Estevanico.
Warning. Disturbing the wreck could cause it to become unbalanced and fall over the cliff's edge.
Nice. Is it just me? Where are these tiles? Detected. It might just be me. I don't think anybody else came with me onto this wreck of a ship. Those would be those tiles, maybe. In that direction, I don't know how to get to them. Oh, I see a way down. Yeah, I do. Yay, environment puzzle. A big old pile of nope. I don't have any idea how far away these loose tiles it's keying me on are. But I don't know where they're at to highlight, so I assume I have to go down for it. Although, since I can't jump... Oh, I can't save either. Since I can't jump, this is not a platform puzzle. Alright, up or down? I'm gonna go up first. Hello there! Up was the wrong choice, since I cannot jump over this tiny, tiny gap. Don't look down! Oh, no, that does nothing for me. He's a thing! How do I get it? Refined iridium? Too far away. Got to be a way. There's got to be a way to get there. I know that there will be a way. We're gonna find how we can get there. If we just search a little more. I want that refined iridium. I really wish that I could jump. How do I cross tiny gaps without jumping up onto things? I don't know if this is gonna work, but there should be a way. No. See a thing there above us. That doesn't matter. Just a spoonful of Ezo makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Yeah, that's how it works. I want to jump. You just need to be able to jump. Why? Why must I be a character who's incapable of jumping? This is so... Gotta be a way. I can walk down this. Here. But I can't go anywhere from here. That's up or down. They go up. End up here. And I can't... There's nowhere to go from here. I wish there was, because I surely could... I don't... Got to find the path, but I simply don't know. There's got to be a way to cross the gaps that a simple tiny jump would take me across. I'd jump across if I could any day, but it just won't let me do so. And though I am searching now for a path forward, I just don't know what I'm to do. There's a way across if I can just find it. Up, sideways, and in basically all directions at once. Very fast. How do I do? I feel like I've been everywhere that I can go. Should I shoot things? If I shoot something, does that make a difference? Aha! Shooting it did help. I got 500 iridiums. I search around for the things that I need, and I do it all for you because I enjoy the time. Seriously, I can't just... Oh, I I should be able to... Yeah, I got up there. I remembered that I could climb things. Sorry, now I have jazz songs in my head. I didn't intend for it to happen. But... I've got you under my skin in my head. As sung by Angela Gaddy, who I went to college with. And who is a very, very good singer. Wow, there's more stuff over there. Yes, okay, I understand. Unstable. Oh, it's Tippy. Alright, it's time to be light in the loafers. I mean, this is a pretty cool puzzle. I appreciate that not 100% of this game is things are shooting at you, shooting back. I apologize if you are afraid of heights. Giant seesaw, a mile above the very solid ground. Yeah, seems fun. Do a flip. If I could jump, I would. Am I supposed to go up inside that? Was that a possibility? Should I have done that? I think I have to run back and find out. Okay, here goes Abby. Running across the falling ship. We're gonna go. To a barrel roll, Fox. Can I go in here? Man, it looked like I could go in here. Ran all the way back to find out that I can't. That's frustration. Back to where we were a second ago. Shepard really needs a freaking jetpack. Like Ryder has in the Andromeda. Down we go, down we go. Oh. Nice how they avoid us having to be able to jump. Once more. I'm confused as to why there's no jump mechanic in this game. Like, games of this period definitely had jump mechanics. Although I am appreciative of the fact that lack of jump mechanic means no platforming. In the traditional sense. I would say this is actually a platforming puzzle. It's just a platforming puzzle where you can't jump! Is it because white men can't jump and my shepherd is a white man? If I had made a black man, would my shepherd be able to jump? Being down from this. You're very much avoiding looking at anything except what Shepard is standing on. I apologize. Supposed to go near? Oh, no, this isn't where I came from. I came from up there. This is a new path. Plus. I don't understand. It makes it look like he took damage from something, like he got shot by something. But they did really good audio design with this. First, let's go around it. Take a look. I actually really like this level. This is really fun. It's a long way down. So this is what the Super Mario Brothers set looks like after the level is decommissioned. Level up. Experience gained 125. Level earned 16. Squad points gained 2. Mission summary. Data retrieved. Escaped mission site. Credits 7,500. Iridium 2,000. I enjoyed that one. That was actually really fun. Like that when we found it. We were just at Xanathu, right? Yeah, we were just at Xanathu. It's an efficient system. Once Mario's done with a level, then it becomes a Metroidvania level, then it generates further into an action-adventure level. Already grabbed resources from Xanathu. Ooh, look at that! It's like mustard yellow with a bit of purple. Signalis. Space probes indicate that Signalis is nowhere near as hospitable as its neighbor Xanathu. Signalis' hydrogen-argon atmosphere is thought to be an anathema to life, but the presence of borax on the surface, spawned by a boron-heavy core, indicates the planet may once have had water. Orbital distance 2.2 AU, orbital period 3.3 Earth years, radius 5,391 kilometers, day length 66.8 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 1.23 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature -3 C, surface gravity 0.84 G. Yeah.
Launching probe.
You ever landed on something and not turned into rubble? The Normandy. We're on the Normandy too!
Probe away. Probe launched.
We don't have very many probes left.
Launching probe.
Come on, give Give me that good resource.
Probe away.
Well, now they're good
Launching
resources,
probe.
right? Because it says good. Now it's moderate. Come on. There's got to be at least one decent spike left on this planet.
Probe away.
That was not it.
Launching probe.
Deplete. Seriously? You're still at moderate. Go buy more probe. This whole thing of like only one system in the area can you buy probes at, and you're gonna need lots of probes, really annoying. Like, what is the point? Is it just to make the game take longer? I don't understand. Seems pointless to, like, you're limited on this. You have this many probes. You have to go back and forth to buy more. It just seems, I don't understand the, like, actual, like, game mechanics relevant reason for making that a thing. It doesn't improve the game experience. So what is the purpose?
Probe launched.
Yeah, to pad out the game. So that's a thing. I just finished my second playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. Honestly, the only reason I ever played it for a second time was that my previous playthrough was on PS4, and I needed a playthrough to be completed on my PC. Otherwise, I never would have picked that game up again because it is filled with stuff that is designed just to make the game take longer. There's no other reason for it to be there. And one of those things is the war table in Dragon Age Inquisition. Literally is designed to make the game take as long as possible. The first time I played through it on the PS4, I got to the point where I had literally nothing left to do in the game except sit and wait for war table operations to complete so that I could progress the story. And I was like, this is just bad game design. Yeah, this game has over 200 hours of content because you artificially inflated how long it takes to do things. Satisfy the people who found the most fun part of ME1 to be driving around in the Mako digging for stuff. Driving around in the Mako digging for stuff was fun. Running a scanner over a planet like this is not. Yeah, Mobius, on PC I was able to just... I installed the quick harvesting and the zero-time war table operations for the PC, but on PS4 it wasn't an option. I had to just do it. I ended up using the cheat where you change the time on your console to force them to complete, which was annoying because I don't like messing with the system time, but it was the only way to progress it. The Gone. I'm going to call it the Gone. The Gone rounds out the trio of planets only scouted by space probe in this backwater solar system. A frozen ball with significant amounts of tin in its crust, the Gone has a fractional atmosphere with trace amounts of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Strange radiation emissions have been charted coming off of the Gone, but it is unknown if these are from radioactive elements or merely a star's radiation reflected by a high albedo surface. Orbital distance 4.1 AU, orbital period 8.3 Earth years, radius 3,581 kilometers, day length 28.5 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.05 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature minus 116 Celsius, surface gravity 0.56 G. You found a Valheim mod that will mass plant stuff in a 5x5 grid that automatically spaces everything perfectly.
Probe launched.
That sounds like a fun and useful mod. I have only played Valheim on the Streampunks shared server where we are not installing any mods. So
Probe launched.
I have not had a need for such. But then again, I don't do much farming in Valheim. I just build. I enjoy building in Valheim. And for some reason, I enjoy taking their not designed for circular buildings pieces and building circular buildings. I have spent... Valheim is one of the few games I have spent more than 500 hours in, and it's just because I enjoy spending time in Valheim.
Probe away.
Flying the Mako into the ocean. I mean, not an amphibious vehicle?
Probe launched.
You spent so much time being a completionist with the war table hard. So my problem is not that... So I went and did, like, absolutely everything in Inquisition. Both times I played it, because I am a completionist, and sometimes I hate that. But I was running around doing all the completion-y things, getting this and getting that, and doing that quest and doing this. I didn't have time to run back to Skyhold and switch out war table operations every time one of them completed. That was too disruptive to my experience, which meant that the war table operations only happened like once or twice during a gameplay session that could be 8 hours in length. So it just... The way it was set up was disruptive to my gameplay experience, I will say. The fact that the war table moved on the system clock helped because you could start the long ones before logging off, then come back. But there were some of them that took literally 48 hours to complete, which I think is just excessive. Like, there was no reason for that. And by the time it was done, I didn't remember what the story was with that mission in the first place. And so when it was a multi-part mission, I had no idea what I was supposed to do with the second part, because I had already forgotten what the first part was all about because it was 2 freaking days ago. Anyway, I didn't enjoy the war table in Inquisition. As you may have noticed, you were your group's main farmer because you would log onto the server during your lunch break and just make sure things were farmed and cooked. That is definitely useful. The only mods allowed on the Streampunks Valheim server are Chandra and Librarian Liz. Indeed. Alright, we have Faryar. There seem to be quite a few planets in Faryar. Let's start with Faryar 1. Bright red, Quorum. A scorchingly hot planet close to its parent star, Quorum was bombarded by comets and asteroids during its earliest geological period. As the solar system stabilized, these occurrences leveled off until the planet became geologically inactive. Its nitrogen and helium atmosphere is extremely thick due to heavy metals making the planet's core very dense. Unfortunately, these metals are deep below the crust, making mining impractical. Orbital distance 0.2 AU, orbital period 0.1 Earth years, radius 3,137 kilometers, day length 50.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 2.22 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 558 Celsius, surface gravity 3.5 G. So much rich. Give me some core. Give me some, like, already depleted worlds that I don't have to scan. I shouldn't complain about, like, I'm getting lots of resources. Except...
Probe away.
So much scanning. This game is primarily scanning planets for resources.
Launching probe.
Eventually, I will have finished scanning all of the planets, and gameplay will change to, oh my god, there's so much shooting. I assume. But for now, gameplay seems to be mostly scan planets for resources. It's fine. It makes for some chill streams.
Launching probe.
I am interested to see I want Dragon Age 4 to come out already. Because I have to know. I have to know.
Probe launched.
It's supposed to take place in Tevinter. I have to know what happened to Dorian.
Probe launched.
And my Inquisitor, who is missing a hand.
Probe away.
How does he shoot his bow and arrow when he's missing his hand?
Probe away.
Completed on Quorum.
I have detected an anomaly.
Anomaly! Daratar. Though ancient riverbeds crisscross the plains of Daratar, photodissociation has long since dried up the world. There are indications of ancient mining operations, but any structures have long since been buried or worn away by the planet's seasonal dust storm. Orbital distance 0.9 AU, orbital period 0.9 Earth years, radius 3,937 kilometers, day length 62.8 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.49 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 66 Celsius, surface gravity 0.5 G.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Vicious ship detected in orbit. All hands prepare.
Probe launched.
You've been watching me play this game for many hours and you still see these screens and think, oh, this planet is named Codex.
Suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands prepare to burn down the house. All hands prepare to burn down the house. Repeat, suspicious ship
All
detected in planetary orbit.
hands prepare to burn down the house.
All hands prepare to burn down the house. Repeat, suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands prepare
George
to burn
L.
down the
Penguin,
house.
thank
All
you
hands
for the
prepare to burn down the
follow.
house.
Welcome
Repeat,
to the Rogues
suspicious
Gallery.
ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands prepare to burn down the house. All hands.
Yeah, Anomaly is
found
everywhere. Cerberus hotspot detected. The planet Daratar in the Faryar system is a suspected eclipse smuggling site. Cerberus is interested in obtaining the materials kept at this site. Operatives will be paid handsomely for any intact crates received from the site. Be aware that Eclipse would rather see the cargo destroyed than lose it to a rival organization. Payment will be made once the acquisition of undamaged crates is verified. All hands, prepare to play Talking Heads! Alright. Side questing across the universe! Alright, we're gonna take Morton. And I think this time we'll take Jacob. A good squad. Don't need any weapons. Oh, yay! Burning down the house! Yeah. I got the notes wrong on that one. It's been a long time since I heard that song. It's strange, but not a stranger. First, we check our rear. Make sure it's clear. If not, we'll need some toilet. I don't know. I honestly don't know. The roof is on fire. Sorry, I saw this thing over there, and my brain processed it as a save game token from Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomsticks.
They've seen us.
Okay, so they've seen us. And am I supposed to shoot them? I'm gonna! Oh yes! Oh yes! Yes! I see an excuse to use Black Hole Gun! Won't you come and blow away the mechs? Black Hole Gun! Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black Hole Gun! I died. I was singing about Black Hole Gun and I died. Alright, I still like Morden for this, but let's take Grunt. Attention, please. The shipboard chronometer indicates that it is 3:45 p.m., accounting for FTL time distortions and Twitch temporal anomaly. Thank you, Lord Portico, for the time reminder. We have spent this entire stream doing really fun random subquests, or random side quests. Intact crates remaining out of 20. Wait, is there a goal here? I had not actually thought about the fact that there's an objective to this mission. Damn it. That's done! Hide! I think I blew up some crates. Oh yeah, it was my first death at the session.
Just the thing to help.
I stood up right in time to get shot. That was smart, Shepard. I am not going to recover very many crates, am I?
It's about to go off!
What's about to go off? Come on, black hole gun.
Get ready to fight.
Ah, he rung my bell. I died. Step away from the stream for 1 minute to get your grocery delivery, and I die. I mean, we haven't died this stream very much because most of this stream we've just been scanning planets for resources. I don't know what the plan is on this mission. Alright, let's do the best we can. I still think the black hole gun is useful. What I want switch back to this. Die. Oh, did you not die? How about you die now?
Going to explode. They're beating. Wish I were standing down with.
Wish I was standing down with. Was that a comment about Grunt? Lord, be nice to your fellow shoot-em-up. He's doing his best.
Incoming.
Ouch. Ah! Knash, sniff, sniff, this, snish. Kitty is fine, yay! Just having a flare-up of kitty herpes. That's good to hear. Why didn't it give us these options before? I don't understand. Oh, because I couldn't spend anything before. but Garrus can spend. Let's go Tyrian Rebel. Renegade. Be fired, he knows how to use it. Weapon damage 25. Or power damage 20. Long arms alone. Power shark. We're going here, and that's good. Right. I'm gonna do the unthinkable and change the black hole gun for the particle beam. Yeah. Alright. Collector particle beam. I hope that this works better than the black hole gun for these large mechanical systems.
They've seen us.
Die! Actually, the particle gun is really good here. Stop destroying those crates! I want those resources for myself!
Could burn nicely.
I survived killing the third one! That's the first time that's happened. I don't know where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. Power cells. Open! Yes, thank you! I will take that heavy weapon ammo. Give me that ammunition. Maintenance system. Had to perform another full maintenance check. Sands keep getting into our equipment, increasing the frequency of system checks. We have to be ready to shut this place down if someone spots us from orbit. Well, you were spotted from orbit, and it's now your obit. Huzzah! Caden will be proud of us! That's the only reason we do anything. Security system access. Refined EZO. Thank you very much. Medkit. Thank you very, very much. Security systems access. Enemy ship spotted in orbit. IFF ID confirmed. Cerberus. Beginning farewell protocol. Engaging security systems. Destroy command received. Initiating cleanup routine. Routine initiated. Activating mech security. Mech security activated. Locking access to terminals. Locked. Farewell protocol complete. Huh? Yep. Good. Thanks. I don't know how I trigger the end of this. What have I missed? What? Hello? Oh. It's done. Apparently. Maybe I just need to leave back to the main... to the dropship? Yep, return to normal. Yes. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. 725 credits and 500 EZA. I know. Let's finish scanning of this planet.
Launching probe.
Because there's Ezo
Probe
here.
away.
There's Ezo.
Probe launched.
Alright. Where are those?
Probe launched.
Even for moderate or teeny tiny spikes of Ezo, I will shoot a probe.
Probe away.
I didn't miss anything. Thank you, Millie.
Probe launched.
There's
probe away.
No in the Fair Hills.
Launching probe.
Playing this game has been so hard. Not because the game itself is hard,
Probe
but
away.
because I don't want to stop, and I'm only playing it on stream, and that makes it so, like, I have to wait a week before I can play more. This is so hard. Before I go and look at another one, how many probes do I have? 6 probes. I think I stock up, and then we call it for today. Alright, this way. Because we have to finish with the Faryar system, and then we can go try and collect Tali. Cool. Probes. Enter system. I could finish out this system and then call it for today. Because I think it's just going to be scanning, and that'll set us up with a good starting point of heading for Tali next week. I don't have anywhere that I absolutely have to be today, because Gaxpack is not back yet, so... Unfigel. You just need to know if I need to send more. No, I think we're just going to read these things and we'll call it done. So, I think we're good. First charted by the Solarians, Tunfigel, Hard Heart, is noted for its platinum and uranium deposits, making robo-mining a lucrative activity. While the surface temperature is well within the range of a comfortable EVA excursion, the extremely dense Tunfigel generates a dangerous gravitational pull 5 times that of Earth. The Solarian miners exploiting the planet derisively nickname planets such as these Elcor tourist traps. Orbital distance 1.8 AU, orbital period 2.4 Earth years, radius 10,772 kilometers, day length 35.5 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.03 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 31 Celsius, surface gravity 5.1 G. More rich resources. Everywhere there's rich resources. Why is every place so rich in resources? It really just takes more time.
Probe away.
How is it that we have to do our own mining? Like, resource identification, shouldn't there be a separate crew that's doing this?
Probe launched.
The in-game logic of the fact that we have to do this ourselves
Probe launched.
when we're literally trying to save the galaxy just doesn't make sense.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
Gotta make money somehow, because money makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. Money makes the world go round, the world go round. Nephros. Nephros, restless sleep, is a relatively small hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant. Its atmosphere is home to spectacular winds of up to 350 kilometers per hour, and electrical storms up to 700 times the power of those on Earth, which indicate that its hydrogen clouds contain moderate amounts of water vapor. Orbital distance 7.5 AU, or orbital period 20.6 Earth years, radius 44,750 kilometers, day length 11.9 Earth hours.
Probe away.
So my off-stream game of the moment is I've been messing around with the Final Fantasy XIV online free trial, which so far means I'm doing fetch quests nonstop, because I have not made it very far, and the beginning of that game is apparently just fetch quests. I'm not sure how I feel about that game yet, and I'm definitely not ready to pay money for it yet. Alangon. Alangon, accepted, was so named by Solarian scouts because as their probes landed on the planet, their instruments started going awry. This turned out to be due to the high concentration of magnetically active periclase, magnesia, in the core and crust of the planet. This interferes with scans and broadcasts, which has given rise to countless spacer stories of pirates lying in wait in Alangon's magnetosphere, or crashed ships with untold fortunes stranded on the surface. In reality, any pirates would have a hard time locating prey amongst all the interference, and would live lives cut off from the rest of the galaxy, as the magnetosphere kills extraplanetary communication. Alangon's other natural features are a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide, spectacular dry ice formations, and xenon gas, which can be skimmed from the upper atmosphere and used in ion thrusters. Orbital distance 10.1 AU. Orbital period 31.7 Earth years. Radius 3,085 kilometers. Day length 56.3 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.04 Earth atmosphere. Surface temperature minus 166 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.5 G. Rich resources. You suspect you won't like it much, but you'll give it a try if when a chance to do so for free. Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, so everybody seems to say that it is a really, really great game, a wonderful experience, etc., which I believe that people really do enjoy it. And supposedly, after you get past the main game and into the first DLC, it's supposed to get incredibly good. But that means you have to get past the main game, which so far I have not found incredibly compelling, because it is literally fetch quests that I don't care enough about to even read the text for. I just click through the text, go and do the thing, and move on. So far, not super engaging for me, but at least this portion of the game is free. I suspect that if I was on the same server as literally anybody else that I knew and could meet up with people and potentially play together, it might be better.
Probe away.
But at the moment, I'm just on my local server and not, as far as I know, the same server as literally anyone else I know. So I don't know if it's possible to move servers, to be in the same place as other people. My off time, I don't really play video games with other people during my off time very much. So it would literally be, I would need to find people that wanted to play games with me during time when I'm not streaming. So if it doesn't get better as a single player game, I probably won't stick with it. You've read quest text for precisely one MMO of that style in your life, and you stopped doing that a while ago and stopped playing the game. Yeah, IRL money. Yeah, and so the MMO that I play the most is Star Trek Online, which literally is 100% free. You never actually have to spend any money in that game. there are definitely things that I have spent money on, but you're not required to. It's the only one that I've truly enjoyed, and you can enjoy it fully independent of anyone else. You don't have to coordinate with anybody. The raid system there, where you do the repeatable raids, it randomly matches you with other people to play them, and I have fun doing it. Yeah, I will give it a go, and I will continue with it until such point as I'm just like, no, I'm not getting anything from this. But right now, I haven't seen any reason that other people. I don't understand why other people like it so much at this point. I'll probably play until I hit at least the first DLC. I'll try the first DLC because people say that's when it gets really good. And if I still don't get to it by then, like, I'll give it that far. That's how far people say I should give it. So I'll give it that much. But then we'll see. Wenrum. Wenrum, or White Knight, takes its name from a Solarian story of the Romantic period of a knight who refused all temptation to riches, carnality, and even flavorful food until justice was served to the poor and oppressed. The planet is so named because of its white, highly reflective surface, composed mainly of titanium dioxide and ice, and no atmosphere to speak of to dim its albedo. Orbital distance 11.8 AU, orbital period 40.6 Earth U. Radius 1,574 kilometers, day length 59.3 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 178 Celsius, and surface gravity 0.1 G. As far as I know, Millie Glitch, yeah.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
My current character, I started as the Black Mage, the DPS Mage. I spent a little bit of time working on Weaver as a class, and then I'm currently just leveling up Conjurer because I actually think I like Conjurer better.
Launching probe.
So, I don't know. I'm messing around with it. I don't know what I'm doing at this point.
Probe away.
Really? I think I am back. We're so close. So close to being done with this stream today. Just have like one more planet to probe. I don't know. I don't know why that dropped out. Whatever. It heard me talking poorly about critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV Online and got mad at me. Internet death counter, yes. Detective Zen, was it your fault? Did you cause the internet to quit?
Probe away.
You heard something about a chocobo. You don't get a mount until around level 30. Okay, I'm not actually that far from level 30. if I would switch back to the class that I started with. Also, my character is a redhead, and the redhead color options for character hair are really bad options. Like, they don't have a bright enough red. Apparently nothing in this asteroid belt. Let's try this last planet. Probably tripped over a magical tube or something. Yeah, I don't know. Antiqutra fused metal is so named because of its spectacular craters. A planet high in various grades of iron oxide. Antiqutra is regularly pummeled by loose asteroids in the nearby belt between it and Wenrum. The iron, melted and fused by the incoming meteors, makes for spectacular landscape shots that look alien no matter what part of the galaxy you may be from. However, due to frequent meteor impacts, exploration is considered highly dangerous, even to those with advanced kinetic barriers. Orbital distance 12.3 AU, orbital period 43.3 Earth years, radius 5,658 kilometers, day length 21.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 180 Celsius, and surface gravity 0.8 G. Spectacular Crayolas, yeah.
Launching probe.
Detective Zen, are you the reason that the internet does not like you?
Probe launched.
Supposedly, a second internet service provider is installing cables in the area.
Probe away.
I say supposedly because I've seen no sign that they've actually gotten near my apartment complex. Other than, well, I mean, the single-family homes that are next to the apartment complex, there are some cables that have been pulled up out of the ground, and possible that maybe they've been doing some work in that area, except then it snowed and we entered a deep freeze for a couple of weeks, and so those cables are sticking out of the ground.
Probe away.
Waiting for somebody to work on them, but the ground is frozen solid, and so there has been no work progressing. So it's possible that Comcast has been here installing cables, but has been delayed, but that wouldn't affect my internet because they've not, I don't have them, and those cables don't connect to my building. We have finished with the Faryar system, which I should actually move back to the one that has the mass relay, but I do believe we have finished 100%ing Hourglass Nebula, and we now have either 0% or 100% for every system in the galaxy, meaning we can, when we return next week, progress to going to recruit Tali, which is where we went, what we were attempting to do when we first started today's stream. But then we got side-quested by the fact that there were systems that were not 100%, and we had to 100% them. So, yeah, side quest. Let's go ahead and do a credit. I don't know what credits there are today, but thank you everybody for coming. Thank you Was Not Worth It for being a subscriber on Coffee. Thank you George the Penguin for the follow. Thank you everybody for coming by and hanging out. I've had a lot of fun today streaming Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I do enjoy the chill kind of side questiness that happens sometimes. We did get some shooties. We died 3 times, but it is definitely so much fun. Next up is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. From 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be playing Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick on the PlayStation 2. At the end of that stream, we will raid over to Q Times for the Stream Punks for the second episode of Seven Raven, which is a Forbidden Lands game that they are doing over there. It is absolutely spectacular and fun, and you should definitely join us for my stream tomorrow and the raid over to Q Times. Wednesday, I have the archive stream coming up, and this week we are looking at records from the Free textile plant, and so it's going to be some stuff looking at Company Town in Southwest Virginia. Next Saturday, we continue with Ultima 5, and then next Sunday, we will be right back here for some more Mass Effectin' Across the Universe, side questing Across the Universe. Detective Zen, I'm glad you were able to join us for part of it. Let me see who we're going to raid today. We lose sound because I click out of the window. You know, there are some options here. Yeah. Last week we went to Disco Does D&D. They've been live for a little bit, so... Wow. Actually, I think we will go to them. Either that, or we could go and say hello to the Opera Geek. For some Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That would be... what is... I'm just gonna poke in. Oh, that's... Yeah, I'm not going to a TTRPG already in progress. That's just not something that I'm gonna do. So I think if the channel will allow it, we will head over to the Opera Geek and say hello. How's that sound? I think it sounds so. It's what we're... But let me go ahead and click on raid. So again, thank you everybody for coming. I look forward to the next time that I see you, and until then, get out there and do some shenanigans.